Well, this equation is effectively the profit factor, or the edge. Call it edge, call it profit, P&L, and it's a product of the tools you use, the skills of how you apply these tools, and the environment. And the I is a specific environment optimized. So when you're an experienced trader who's navigated multiple environments, well, you are an environment individual that's gone through multiple environment regimes. If you've just arrived in the market. So let's tackle T. Okay, so those of you who are mathematicians, those of you who aren't, don't understand maths at all. Well, this isn't a pure maths equation. It's an Axia performance equation, and I'll be explaining it. So what is T? Well, T is where traders spend 99% of their lifetime in this so-called deep blue zone. This is where people spend most of the time chasing a tool, chasing a new holy grail, whether it's a Bollinger Band, a Fibonacci, a DOM, whether it's a profile, whether it's a footprint. They keep on chasing new tools that look and sound sexy. Someone delivers it really well. An educator delivers it very well. And it's, I call it like these so-called retail shoppers of tools and of courses and of training. But if this is a multiplier over here, and this is a product function, well, you can shop all the tools that you want. But if you don't have these other variables in play, you could be a tool guru. But if these variables do not exist, the S and the E, and they are zero, it doesn't matter how many tools, if you tried and tested and how intimate you know the tool, you're not going to perform. And let me explain that with this equation. So, well, this equation is effectively the profit factor, or the edge. Call it profit, P&L. And it's a product of the tools you use, the skills of how you apply these tools, and the environment. And the I is a specific environment optimized. So when you're an experienced trader who's navigated multiple environments, well, you are an environment individual that's gone through multiple environment regimes. If you've just arrived in the market and you just witnessed the last 3 months during the Iran, Middle East, Israel crisis, well, you've experienced one type of volatility environment, so your number is 1. But each of these I's there is an optimized way to use the right tools with the right skill sets that we train in the right environment. And I'm explaining and stripping these down for you, and we're building you a framework. Now, before we continue, what are the controllables? Well, these two variables are the controllables, T and S, whereas E is the uncontrollable. Okay, and I'll be explaining. So E, the environment, is the uncontrollable. If you go surfing, you can practice all your jumps, all your hits, but given the swell, given the way the moon is bringing in swell, given the sandbanks, given the sandbank shifts, just like the markets, you can't control the environments, but you can have learned and navigated them before, and you can spot the subtle clues before you take the wave. So the tools, as I mentioned, you can go hunting for tools, but what are the Axia tools? Well, many of you who've been following us for a while, well, there are multiple tools. In this modern AI side, a lot of our traders are applying to their digital Evernote some large language models to learn their debriefs. So, we do a session on that in our 6-month coaching program. But the profile, the DOM, the footprint, a news platform. We have an internal news platform that we provide all of our traders who come and join us on the 6-week career program, a proprietary news platform. But those are main tools. And the main tools are for us to create that micro vision of the market, meta to micro. But now, more importantly, these tools operate. And I want to say that and stress that word again. Operate. They operate differently with certain skills. So how you deploy those tools are depending upon the skill area that you're trying to master. And we have 4 main. We sometimes strip that out to 5 main topics, but we abbreviate them. We have 4 main zones. How to trade technical structures of the market, a pure technician perspective. central bank and speakers, flow and data. So data, tier one, non-farm payrolls, US, but all from the perspective of scalping. How are we scalping our technical patterns? How are we scalping when there's a central bank speaker? How are we scalping tier one data events? We did a workshop not that long ago that Reg gave another masterclass on how you can approach a tier one data event after the release. And news geopolitical risk, such as the Ukraine-Russian crisis, such as COVID, global financial crisis, and the recent Middle East. Now, what is your skill set? What is your level of skill in each of these domains? But your level of skill also changes depending on the environment that you're exposed to.